book has arrived, Get Sexy Girlfriend by Candi Frazier. I want to talk about this book today, my key takeaways, what it did with me, and whether you should read it or not. If you've been following me, you know I'm a big fan of Candi, of her program Primal Bod. And honestly, this may sound dramatic, but I owe Candi my health. Yes, Primal Bod helped me lose 9 kilos, which is 20 pounds. My before and after pictures are not wow, but they are significant to me. Primal Bod helped me get all the inflammation out of my body. All my perimenopause symptoms disappeared. I have energy. I feel vibrant. My husband tells me like I'm doing the reverse thing where I'm getting older and looking younger. But what really is at the core of Primal Bod and reading this book is that I feel empowered after reading this book. I feel clear. It is an absolute wake up call. Candi shares in this book how we arrived at this state where it's normal for us women to feel tired and sick, but honestly, we cannot afford to feel tired and sick. Something has to change, and it starts with us. So we need to become the leaders, the role models again for our family, for the people around us. We need to take our power back so we can be there for the next generations. And that is what Candi's mission is. Yes, she does care if you look good in a bikini, but what she cares more about is you becoming the matriarch, you taking your power back and being there as a good example for the next generations. And this is what I love. In one of the coaching calls, Candi said, and this so deeply resonated with me, and I want to read to you what she said. You come into a moment of supreme elegance when you hit menopause. It's the matriarch position. So what is this book about? And I want to share what Candi states in her introduction. But here's my little secret. You don't need a guru, a diet plan, or a supplement stack to reclaim your power. Our ancestors were strong, radiant, and primal. In other words, they were sexy as hell. They lived in harmony with nature and their bodies worked. So the book will provide you with a foundation to take your power back, to take your health back. And this is really the foundation to the Primal Bod program. People ask me, oh, does this book substitute the program? It does not. No book can replace the Primal Bod program. There's nothing like learning from Candi one-on-one, being part of this lovely, supportive community, being on the same journey as so many other like-minded women, and learning everything about your body and learning how to work with the biology of your body and not against it, like we've done for so many years and decades. I want to talk about the title, Get Sexy Girlfriend. And I remember the saying, true beauty comes from within. And I always thought it's just about like being a good person and that radiates to the outside world. But now after reading this book, I truly know that it's also about our daily choices, what we put inside our body, and that we cannot chase beauty. We cannot think that we will be more beautiful when we use certain creams, inject things into our face, have liposuctions or whatever. You cannot force beauty onto your body. Beauty is a natural byproduct of becoming healthy. And I want to repeat that. beauty is the natural consequence of you becoming healthy. And I'm a big fan of going to the root of the problem to fix the problem, because in this world we always want to fix the symptom. But when you go to the root of the problem, the symptom just disappears. So we are not aging because we are adding years to our life. We are aging because we are getting more diseased and have so many deficiencies, and we just don't know and understand how our bodies work, what they truly need. So applying what you learn in this book will bring you forward on your journey to becoming more healthy and becoming more beautiful too. It's just the natural consequence of taking care of your health. So the book is structured by the 7 principles of nature, how Candi calls it, and I will link my blog post below where you can look at all the chapters of the book and the different principles of nature that Candi talks about. And now I want to share my 3 major takeaways from this book. And the first one is we are nature. Nature makes the rules, and our bodies are not the problem. Our lifestyle is. And when you realize this, you just look at your body with more compassion. So you go from asking, what's wrong with my body, to which steps do I need to take to reclaim my body? You'll learn this step on an even deeper and more applicable level in the Primal Bod program, but the book is such a great first step to get you going on your journey to health and beauty. And we really need to learn to work with our biology and not against it. We just cannot ignore the innate principles on which our bodies work. So you really don't need to listen to the next health or longevity podcast. You listen to nature. That will help you much more. We really cannot outsmart nature, and we need to work with the design of our body. So, yeah, I want to read another passage of the book, which makes this really clear. So, biohacking isn't innovation, it's compensation. It's what happens when we disrupt nature so badly that we have to manufacture fake scarcity, fake cold exposure, fake nutrients, just to trick our bodies into working the way they were originally designed to. In today's world, we can't pretend to be purist. You can't be a purist in an unpure world. So you have to biohack your life to mimic nature, or to mimic the way we used to live when we lived in harmony with nature. We do not live in harmony with nature anymore. So we have to fake scarcity, which is we need to fast. We need to get cold with maybe a cold plunging. So we have to fake these situations we were naturally facing in life earlier to maintain homeostasis in our bodies. And that's what Primal Bod will teach you. And in the first step, this book will really open your eyes to all of these choices you can make to get healthy and get more sexy. The second takeaway is food as fuel. It's about how your body works. What is the true fuel for your body? So it's about glucose versus ketones. Ketosis is the centerpiece of Primal Bod. Learning about ketosis will absolutely change your life. It will change your health, your beauty, everything. Of course, Candi talks in this section of the book about insulin and also mistakes to avoid on a keto diet. So there's obviously a lot of talk about food in the book. And she says, let food support your life, not be your life. And I find this so important. We abuse food. We use food today to make us feel a certain way. We use food to cope with life, and it needs to stop. We need to remember what food is really for. I like to see it as fueling up my car. So I need gas to drive, and I know which gas I need to get. And it's not the action of putting the gas into my car that I enjoy. I enjoy the ride, and I will choose the best fuel so my car can drive me where I need to go. So I am choosing the food that is best for my body so my body can carry me and support me to where I want to go in life. And I enjoy the food I eat now. For the last 2 years that I've been following the Primal Bod lifestyle and diet, but I also eat food that I don't particularly look forward to eating, maybe. For example, I eat oysters and sardines. Yeah, they taste good, but it's not that I look forward to eating them regularly. But I'll do it anyways because it's so good for my body. It's good for my brain. And I feel this is the grown-up approach to food. Like, we don't need to eat the cookie to be reminded of the love we felt when our grandmother baked those cookies for us. We are confusing emotions with food and what food does for us. We have to remember food is fuel, first and foremost. Of course, I enjoy my food too, but I think it's good to remind ourselves what food is really for and what does our food need to do for us. So my third key takeaway, I already talked about it at the beginning. It's becoming the matriarch and really busting the menopause myth. We think we'll just go from a plum grape to a shriveled up raisin when we enter menopause, but that couldn't be further from the truth. And I just so much enjoy going through menopause. I'm turning 47 soon. I think I'm in this phase where I'm going through menopause, and I love it. I've never felt better. And in the last chapter of the book, Candi shares about how to balance your hormones. What do we need to feel amazing and thriving later in life or at any stage, but particularly also through menopause? And we've normalized feeling tired. And it's not normal. It may be common, but it's not normal. So we have to stop blaming estrogen, progesterone. We have to look at what really is going on. You need to get your insulin in check. You need to look at your deficiencies. You need to learn to make the right choices with your food, with your lifestyle. And you do that by listening to nature and always coming back to the question, how would I have lived? Which choices would I have made before this modern life misled us to these artificial behaviors and lifestyles where we are not spending enough time outside in nature, too much in front of our screens, eating fake food, believing that the sun is dangerous, that red meat is unhealthy, and that you need to eat carbs. We just have to remind ourselves, and this is what Candi does with this book. It's a wake-up call. She reminds us of that innate inner wisdom that we carry inside of us and that we just have to remember and bring to the surface. And Candi will show you how to reclaim your natural, vibrant, and sexy state your body was built for, the version of yourself that nature intended. Your natural state is health. And this book will help you to make the first step towards health. If you want to know more and have questions, I love to speak to you. You can book a call with me. There's a link in the description. There's also a link to the book. Here it is again. Get Sexy Girlfriend by Candi Frazier. There's a freebie in the description. Please leave a comment. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really motivates me to keep going. It's not so easy to make these videos for me. It's some challenge, but I want to keep those videos coming because I want to share this information with as many people as I can, because I was feeling so unwell for so many years. And then I came across Candi and everything changed. And within weeks in the Primal Bod program, I reversed 30, 25 years of my life. I just feel like 19 again, to be honest. It's just amazing. Remember my new discount code, and hopefully I'll see you inside Primal Bod and get the book.